So I've had these grips on the Cutty for a little while now, and what do I think?
The top grip portion is extremely wide. It's almost more comfortable than any ergo grip I've had on my mountain bike. And then the drop grip portion, it's just amazing. It cradles the hand perfectly, and when you go down on the drops, when you're climbing and you want to get some swinging action on the bike, it just gives so much stability and comfort when you're gripping the drop bar portion.
I'm out for a ride on my brand new Salsa Cutthroat, and as the video suggests, I want to show you guys the very first mod I've done to the bike is installing these ergo grips made by Redshift. First time with drop bars, a little anxious about the fact that I won't have nice fat ergo grips like I used to on my flat bars of the mountain bike, but thanks to Redshift, they've went and designed a compatible ergo grip for the drop bars. Excited to show you guys the product and walk you along the installation. Redshift calls these their cruise control drop bar grip system, and I'll attach a link to their website in the description. In the box for the top grip, you'll get 2 top grips, some fiber reinforced tape, and some double-sided stickers that'll help you keep the grips in place while you're retaping the bars. In the drop grip portion, you'll get 2 drop grips and 2 end caps. No adhesive or stickers required. There's a tightening screw on the underneath to help keep the grip in place. Before we get started, we need to remove the old grip tape and expose the entire bar. Then with some isopropyl alcohol, wipe down the bar to remove any adhesive that was left behind from the previous tape. Next, the instructions say to get the double-sided tape on the underneath of the grip. At first glance, this piece of tape seems to be a little too wide for the grip. But once you flare the grip open, you realize it's the perfect dimensions. Let's see how sticky and awkward this process is. Get it flared open, line the corners, and then I'll just run my thumb right down the middle. Hopefully it finds its way right inside with no overhang. That seems to have done the trick. Let's repeat now for the middle and end joint. Okay, I removed the tape, keeping the cables in place. They're free to move around. I rubbed it down one last time with isopropyl alcohol, getting rid of any adhesive residue. We're free now to test fit the grip. And once we know where the grip's final resting position will be, we'll be able to attach the cables in a spot where they won't interfere. Okay, so I found the best way to get these grips orientated in the perfect spot. Get out for a ride, get up on the saddle when your arms are in your normal riding position and you get the grips feeling good. Stop, take a lead pencil and mark where this line ends up on the bar. See, I made a little mark. Doesn't want to stay in that spot, but that's all right. The mark's there. When I get back to the garage, we'll tape this bad boy into place exactly where I want it. Once you have the backing removed, you can line up the notch in the grip with the pencil mark you made earlier and make sure it's firmly pressed down everywhere. Now with the grip in place, we can see where we want to put our cables. I found it most comfortable to have the cables up high, right underneath where the rubber grip ends. And we can go ahead and attach both the grip and the cables with this reinforced fiber tape. They recommend going around the grip at the very start, again at the middle knuckle, and lastly at the end knuckle right here. I started with the end knuckle and making sure to go around 3 rotations with the tape. Now that we have our top grips installed and secured in place with the tape, we can go ahead and wrap our bars with the bar tape. We're going to do that first before we install the drop grips, because these guys go on after you've wrapped your bar with the bar tape. The lower drop grip is not designed to be covered in bar tape. It does flare at the end, and that's where it's going to overlap the tape. So to achieve that, we're going to start taping the bar further up, and the company recommends exactly 95 millimeters from the end of the bar is where we start taping. So we're going to go ahead and measure 95 millimeters, and with a lead pencil make that mark. Let's just verify when the grip will be installed. Our pencil mark is here, and looks like there'll be about a centimeter overlap onto the bar tape. For bar tape, I'm going with Cannondale's Knurl Tack. It's the closest match to what was originally on my Salsa Cutthroat. It's got a nice matte finish, a knurling on it, similar to what you would find on a weightlifting barbell. It's just the look and feel I like, good all-weather grip. For the actual bar taping, I am not going to go in depth on how I do it. We're going to fast forward through this portion because honestly, I suck. There are way better videos on YouTube demonstrating good techniques. My personal favorite, Calvin Jones from Park Tools. I'm going to put a link to a video he has on bar taping. Have a watch. I just love this guy. All right, the taping is done. And honestly, it wasn't too difficult. Like I said, I suck at taping in general. I was a bit nervous because of the shape of the grips that it would be almost impossible, but as you can see, even though they flare out, I was able to keep the tape nice and snug. And I'm in no position to give too much advice on bar taping, but don't be afraid to keep the tape bunched up on the inside of the turn and let it flare out as you come around the bend. Let's get the end grip on. Should be simple. First thing, make sure you loosen the nut on the bottom side. It's a 3mm Allen key, and orientation of the grip is to have the flared portion facing up. This one, not so vital to make sure you know exactly where it needs to lie because there'll be no tape over top and you can readjust it after a couple of rides by loosening the tightening bolt and rotating the grip to your preferred position. I'm going to start with the flare facing up and slightly inward. And I think that should do the trick. Oh, this is tough. It's already stuck. We're going to go with the advice from Redshift and add a little bit of isopropyl alcohol as a lubricant to slide this baby on easier. Because right now, it's a grip strength forearm workout. It's off. Now let's go do this the right way. Let's get some isopropyl alcohol. Pour a little bit inside. What a difference. Slides right on. And the good thing about the isopropyl alcohol, it will be dry in no time. That's great. The drop grip slid right over top of the tape, perfectly flush with the end of the bar. That's a good starting position. Let's tighten up that tension screw with the 3mm Allen key and add our end cap. So I've had these grips on the Cuddy for a little while now, and what do I think?
The top grip portion is extremely wide. This is almost more comfortable than any ergo grip I've had on my mountain bike. And then the drop grip portion, it's just amazing. It cradles the hand perfectly, and when you go down on the drops, when you're climbing and you want to get some swinging action on the bike, it just gives so much stability and comfort when you're gripping the drop bar portion.
All in all, this was a great low-cost upgrade to the bike. I highly recommend them, especially if you're transitioning to drop bars for the first time. These ergo grips from Redshift will make that transition seamless. Hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you in the next one.